Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the exciting webinar. And this webinar, we will be discussing like a 4x growth with your store growth with your subscription and how you can unlock the power of recurring revenue. Let's jump right into it. The e-commerce landscape has shifted. Subscription are no longer a nice to have business model, but key to sustained growth. The global subscription e-commerce have reached like is expected to reach 478 billion by 2025. So that's a big this thing like from a perspective. And in terms of reach out uh, like is expected to reach 470 billion by 2025. Over the last 7 years, we have seen the subscription economy grow more than 300%. Launching a subscription e-commerce experience uh, can be challenging and can feel like an surmountable task for brands. And basically, the questions we get is like, what kind of subscription I should launch, or what are the subscription frequency I should keep, or how to enroll into subscription, or how to retain subscribers once we get into subscription. Or it can be around this like how to re-engage lapsed subscribers. So once you launch subscription also, then success is also a challenge. It's not just about launching. You have to retain the users, you have to like re-engage lapsed subscribers, and subscription can become a costly marketing affair if you are not able to retain the users. Doing it right is very important. And how we launch help you like why brands like subscription. So that's typically no brainer. Like from a brand perspective, subscription makes a lot of sense. There is like increased CLV, and there is like the customer lifetime value is definitely the number one. And second, like for many brands, subscription has replaced the loyalty program. So if you have a subscription, you don't need a loyalty program and anything like that. So subscription have replaced loyalty program for some of the brands. And it's also like a steady stream of revenue, easier inventory management. Then there is a high probability of cash flow, and you can definitely have an impact on the this thing. But I think more than anything, it's more done from a recurring revenue and like building more loyal customers and building a moat around that. Also, subscription businesses tend to be valued more by the investors, so you will get more higher valuations for your business. So subscription business tend to have a high uh, like a net effect on the brand, so on the value, on the value, proposed valuation of the brand. So why do customers like subscription? So that's the important question, because before we jump into frameworks and anything else, the idea is that why should brands care, or why should customers cares about the subscription? So there is a normal myth about the subscription, that subscriptions are mostly for the convenience and access to premium offering. But multiple agencies like McKinsey, Deloitte did some research into customer data, and they figured out that curation or like the number one reason people subscribe to subscription is their financial incentive. So more than time and convenience. So more and time and convenience are definitely there, but financial incentive tend to be number one reason why people subscribe to subscription. And there is also like trying new products. There is always the angle of convenience. There is always an angle of like flexibility to cancel. But more than that, it's more about saving price and finding something new, and convenience. So these are the three top, and out of three, pecking order would be like the price, then convenience, and then finding something new. So that's the typical pecking order of users. And also in terms of why do customers like subscription, like this is the research by Deloitte, and they looked into this thing. So there was multiple factors, but still across the departments, across the digital services, transaction, traditional services, consumable products, everything came back to like the financial intense incentive tend to be the number one reason people do subscribe to a subscription. So that's becomes a number one reason. Next is flexibility. Like what's the customer barrier? So this is the what's the benefit of it. Now the second part is like what's the barrier to entry, or why people don't want to subscribe to this thing. So number one reason is that they don't want to put up a commitment. So the number one reason is like I prefer to buy when I need to. So that's the number one reason. But still, people don't want commitments. People don't want like feel it's too expensive. So we are discussing these points because they will come into the picture once we get into designing the actual subscription. So that's the important part. And uh, yeah. So before jumping into subscription program, first let's look at the LTV maximization blueprint. The LTV maximization is mainly based on following four pillars. And after working with the e-commerce brands, like 50 plus e-commerce brands in last 3 years, and like running my own e-commerce firm, this is our uh, proprietary framework where we approach how to fix the brand's customer lifetime value and retention rates, and that has been the main issues with the most of the brand. So in this we have divided into four pillars. First is like product value maximization, where we deal into the product level maximization and product level optimization. So before jumping into anything, first we need to fix the product level, where we come into the like we look at the price, we look at the average order value, we look at the discounting. And recently last year we did a webinar on AOV maximization. So that's is part of product value maximization. Next is customer value maximization. So customer value maximization talks about like first purchase, repeat purchase, one time buyers, and recurring revenue. So the stages are one time, then getting them to buy second time, then making them loyal, and then getting them recurring. So recurring is the like fourth step in this, and today we are discussing the recurring subscription. So that's the like a recurring revenue plan. Next is once we have the customer value maximization, then we look at the communication. So your email, SMS, WhatsApp, everything comes into your value maximization and your communication maximization. So they are part of your communication, and how you communicate on that channel. So there can be campaigns, there can be automations, there can be like on-site notifications. So everything comes under communication. And then there is a plan, like the fourth pillar is around optimization, which is mostly around like reporting analysis and like testing framework, and like a quarterly optimization. So today we will be discussing customer value maximization via recurring revenue plan, that is subscription. So jumping into right into it. So subscription launch blueprint. So subscription blueprint, uh, like before approaching subscriptions, or like how we approach subscription is mostly into uh, five steps. So like the five step, the here's the subscription includes the following steps. So number one, determine your subscription model, choose the right subscription model. Second, once you have the right model, because there are three models, they are quite industry standard, so everyone knows that, and like everybody is like a say industry standard. And most of the brands, like starting from Amazon to a startup, follows under that paradigm. So choosing the right model, you can choose two models also, like the Amazon did that, but choosing the right model is very important. Next is your determine your frequency, where you determine your subscription program incentives and frequencies, where how you design the program, how you develop the program. Once you have the program ready in your hand, then the idea is to go into the enrollment strategy. So enrollment strategy is all about the how you enroll the user, and how you like how you develop the strategy to enroll the user. And last, it's around this thing like develop a retention strategy. So once you enroll the user, then the challenge becomes to retain the users and keep them renewing their subscription. And that's where most of the brands fail, or they are not like most of the e-commerce brands are getting like 70-80% retention, like churn rate, which is very high. Like SaaS typically had like 5 to 10% churn rate. For e-commerce brands, it's like 30-40% kind of churn rate. So in subscription, and that's where the issue comes. And you need to properly design a retention strategy. Next is like a win-back strategy. So win-back strategy is also around once so there will be cancellations, there will be people canceling their subscriptions, and that happens with everyone, like Netflix or Amazon or everyone, like biggest of the big. So the idea is to what's your strategy to win them back. So that's like the four blueprints. And once we have that like a broad understanding or broad structure, then we go into the one by one this thing. So the first subscription is like choosing your subscription model. So choosing your subscription model starts with three subscription models. The first one is subscribe and save. So subscribe and save is like it's, people call it auto share, people call it replenishment, people call it, there are multiple names, but the idea is that you are buying something and you are trying to subscribe and save on the money. And that's the primary selling point of that, convenience and the money. Curiosity is not it, or new launches is not it. It's mostly around uh, how to save money on the subscription, or how to have a convenience, or how to have a like a facility of convenience of getting those products delivered. So first is that. Second is like subscription boxes, which is more like a curated subscription. So curated subscription is all about how you curate your boxes. It's like getting it delivered or something new. So in this, the curiosity plays a role. In this, the new arrival plays a role. So think about Box or like Men Packs or those kind of brands, where it's more about like a subscription. You get a curated box every month. Then there is a membership. So the famous membership, I think across the world, is the Costco one. So Costco is the most famous membership, but membership is basically, there is nothing which is getting delivered to you. It's just a access or something premium, or you are getting a like some kind of discount on the access. So Costco is there. Like most of the pharmacy brands typically have that kind of a like a subscription program, where if a membership program, if you join there, so that's also a part of subscription, but it's operationally hassle free. It's mostly about discounting. And if you look at it, the Amazon Prime started something like that. It was some part of subscription, like a membership, with one incentive about the free shipping. Apart from that, it started like that, but now they have videos and everything else, but there is no commitment, or there's nothing which is getting delivered on every month. So Amazon did have two, like subscribe and save and access membership. So you can have both on your platform, or it can be like a subscription, or like a either of them. So we will go into them one by one. So if we look at like subscribe and save auto ship, or like a replenishment subscription. So we recommend like two things. If you have two things working for your brand or niche, then you should go for it. The first is like a 3 months or buy or less 3 months or less buying cycle. So 3 months or less buying cycle is the best bet for that. If you have that, then only you should go for like subscribe and save. Next is like discount available. So discount available tend to be more around this thing, like discount available. So idea is that you should be able to offer something extra on subscription. So some of the brands we saw that like have a 5% on 10 or 10% on welcome pop-up, and on subscription they are giving like 5%. In that case, the subscription will not work, will never work, because the incentive for subscription, like we saw from multiple research from McKinsey or Deloitte, that subscription is driven, or subscribe and save is mainly driven from savings. So you need to give out, you should be able to give out more, and that's depends from brand to brand, product to product, but basically for it to work, the discount should be there, something extra which customer is not getting on the welcome or anything like that. So that's the for your subscribe and save. If you have these two things working for you, less than 3 months buying cycle and more than 5%, like a more than regular discount you can offer on subscription, then definitely go for that, and it's definitely a win-win for your brand, and it will definitely add more to the top line, higher brand revenue and higher loyalty. Second is curated boxes. So curated boxes is little bit tricky. You need to have that sense of if you can get that product, or like get that kind of a curation to the customers, and something unique needs to be there each month. In this, the operation hassle tends to be very high, because the operationally intensive, you have to find a boxes, you have to like give them a complete experiences of boxing, unboxing, and like some kind of a curation, some kind of a theme. Also the churn rate tend to be very high on this. Like if it's you're just launching this, I would not recommend to start with curated boxes. The idea is to start with subscribe and save, and then launch one or two boxes and see how they works. But getting this right is very tough, and it's can scale to like 100 people, 200 people, or like 1,000 people. But to scale it till like substantially like 7 or 8 figure number, I have, well, like most of the brands struggle at that number. It's if you have an active community or you are influencer and you have an active subscriber, then you can definitely go for that, and you can, but it needs to be personalized also. So it can't be like you have 1,000 subscribers and everyone is getting the same product. So you should be able to personalize at scale. And then the frequency should be around monthly, so minimum monthly. I have not seen many like a weekly subscription boxes, so mostly they have like monthly subscription boxes. And uh, so the product frequency also needs to be monthly, or whatever you are offering on your subscription boxes. And then they need to personalize, and it's little bit intensive operationally, because like in subscribe and save, you already have a product, so you are already pitching that product. In this you are creating a new product every month, so that's a challenging part in subscription curated boxes. Next is access membership. So access membership, uh, if you have large selection, so this doesn't work for 5 or 10 SKU or even 100 SKU brand. If you have like more than 1,000 SKUs or like across the board, then it definitely it works really well for marketplaces or this. But marketplaces then struggle with the discounts. So second is the discount part, which is more or less same because with the subscription, because uh, there's no experience. So the main selling point for membership is also discount or convenience, but convenience is a sub part of it. Like more is about the discount. So famous memberships tend to have like 5 to 10% kind of discount for their members. And that should be additional of your regular discount. So whatever you are offering on welcome or cart or those kind of offers, so it needs to be a little bit higher than that. And the second is like your 3 months buying cycle. So 3 months buying cycle is also important, because if someone is buying a membership, so they would want to consume the product, or they should be able to use their membership on the monthly basis at least. Otherwise they will churn out or they will cancel their subscription. But at least they should be. So mostly for grocery, or even if you have like many people have like for pharmacy or for electronics, but in that case the catalog should be that big that someone might be needing anything or like something every week, every month. So at least they will be able to justify their membership. So these are the three qualifiers, like two qualifiers for this and three qualifiers for each of them, to just finalizing your subscription model. Because if you don't have discount, don't do it. If you don't have like 3 months or early buying cycle, don't repeat buying cycle, natural repeat buying cycle, don't do it. If you don't have like new products coming into every month, or you can create that buzz every month, don't do created boxes. So that's our advice. And to get that mindset that why people subscribe for subscription is very important, and to understand why people subscribe, and then plan or choose the right model for your store. So moving so this is the first step, like the finalizing your model. Once you finalize your model, so the next steps come into like incentive and enrollment. So we clubbed them together in the framework. So we will look at the incentive side also, we will look at the enrollment side also. So incentive is how you design the program. So if it's like so because all the three programs are different, so we are handling them one by one. So subscribe and save, sorry, the first part is your discount. So the first part is your discount. So because we have said this point multiple times, but like the discount tend to be the main selling point. So the you need to finalize the discount. Second is if you can offer anything on free shipping. So if you have anything on free shipping, great. If you don't have anything, then you can supplement it from discount. But I would recommend, if someone is putting that subscription cost, then shipping should be free, should be taken care of. Next is your loyalty points. So some brands tend to give them more like loyalty points on the along with the subscribe and save. So it's like adding up also into their account. So if they, it's treated as a natural like a normal purchase with discount, and you get also points. So people are incentivized to keep their subscription also, and they get points also along with that, which they can buy something else from the store. So loyalty points is also important. And then there is like a multiple subscription discount. So multi subscription discount is where you, if you have like on one supposedly if it's a cosmetic brand and you have subscription on like a shampoo, so if you have a subscription on conditioner also, if you have subscription on some like other cosmetic product or like so foundation or something, so in that case the discount will keep on increasing. So that's also incentivize user to put up more subscription programs, or like subscribe to more products, because this is mostly handled at the product level, subscribe and save. And that's the tricky part, because the frequency, which is the main part, like a top 3 frequency, then also I would say like minimum 3. Some brands go overboard and they give like 10 frequency options or like 20 frequency options, but typically I would say like keep 3 minimum and max 5. Don't go overboard, or because otherwise then it doesn't like suit. But typically it's very dependent from brand to brand, product to product. But finalize at least 3 frequencies. And there have been many case studies and many numbers where the people have done their different like how they have finalized the frequency part. So finalize the frequency. Next is, once you have the finalized the frequency and your incentive structure. So incentive structure is the core, and the frequency is mostly from product to product level. So some might be needing like bi-weekly, 2 weeks, or like bi-monthly or monthly, or like 6 week, 8 weeks. So those kind of frequency. And it's also depends on like 100 ml versus 200 ml, 300 ml versus like 500 ml. So those also factors take up into place. So even the variations might have a different frequency, same product, different variation, different volumes tend to have different frequencies. So that's very needs to be finalized on the product level. Once you have that incentive structure in place, then the idea is to move to third point, which is your enrollment plan. So how you get subscribers into the subscription program. So in that enrollment structure, the first idea is like on the website. So on the website, product page is the minimum. So product page is the starting point, and then you can like keep at it, like keep nudging it on the product page, checkout page, cart page, and then on the success page. But the idea is to introduce it around product page. Some of the brands like Amazon or like even other brands also try to make it default choice on the product page. So customer typically tend to go for subscribe and save, and they can always go for a one time buy, one time purchase. But subscribe and save tend to be the default option, and that's also seems to work really well. Then once that is done, then the second part is like once you have that on the on website, second part is the communication on the automation side of things. So automations with this, because this is more focused on replenishment and convenience with price saving. So the replenishment and post purchase sequences tend to have this very highly, like a very high component of these kind of communications. So you can nudge them in replenishment emails, you can nudge them in post purchase emails, you can nudge them in restock and those kind of emails. So basically the idea is that if someone has bought, so what you are asking them to do is like subscribe to the same product. So if you ping them, and if you can customize your frequency accordingly, like if someone has bought 100 gram, so you ping them after 15 days. If someone had bought like 500 gram, then you ping them after like 45 days. So if you can get it done on the product level, that would be good. Like that's very little bit tricky. You need to have some kind of a fine communication between your CRM system and your website. But if you have these, then you can definitely get it done. And once you have the replenishment, so replenishment angle typically tends to work. And if someone is buying going for the second purchase, then also you can give it as a trial, you can give it as a, on the same price discount, and you can just ask them to opt in subscription and just let it be on the first purchase with some discount. So there are multiple ways to do it, but the idea is to push it along with the subscription, like replenishment. So idea is to push us along with the, whenever we talk about replenishment, restock, or those kind of things. So idea is to push those along with that. Next is cross sell. So cross sell can always be like you can always buy that as a add-on. You can always buy add-on as a like on the cart, on the checkout, and you can always get a add-on on the subscription abandon also. So subscription abandon or any other abandon. So subscription abandon is basically sometimes the subscription tend to have their different abandon sequences. So like recharge tend to have that earlier, where they had their own subscription earlier, like a subscription or like a cart based subscription. So they had that earlier. So but some tools doesn't have that, and they treat it as a normal checkout. So you have to check it with your tool. So recharge bold is there, recharge is there. But uh, uh, it's if you have a different subscription program or abandoned cart for subscription, then the idea is to put a subscription abandoned cart. So that's about the enrollment that we are communicating on the on site. We are communicating in the emails. And last is the campaign. So campaigns is very tricky with this, and it's a lost opportunity where I feel that most of the brands don't push subscription on their as a promotion, because subscription can be great promotions for post purchase like buyers. So if someone has already bought, so for it, so typically the journey should be that for a new product, the first customer should be get like 10% off or like whatever your welcome offer is. And then once they go into the journey, for the repeat purchase, never give any flat discount on one time purchase. Always give discount on 3 month subscription or 6 month subscription, or like tie it up with somewhere with the subscription, and promote subscription as a your offer. So most of the brands, if they are running a regular promotion also, subscription program also, so they might be tight for budget or tight for margins. So the idea is to play along that subscription and try to push the subscription in your promotion strategy, be it Black Friday emails, be it Halloween, or any other like a Valentine Day offer or anything. But try to keep pushing on subscription instead of one time buy, so one time purchase products. So if the store would have both one time purchases or like a subscription discount, like a subscription offering, then we would like 4 out of 5 times we would ask for discount on subscription and one time buyers. So the idea is to push subscription heavily in your regular or like a flash sale or those kind of promotion activities. So next is, once we have that enrollment taken care and we have the subscription taken care, next is your retention strategy. So retention strategy comes down to your this thing like how you approach is the communication, is the first is the communication side of thing. So how you retain the user. But before the communication also, I want to talk about the features and where the software or the tool or the like your tech platform becomes really important in subscription, because subscription is tricky business, and you need a reliable partner. So Recharge or Bolt, they have quite a sorry extensive development program where you can have this like skip and pause functionality, or you can have a swap functionality, you can have a delay order functionality. And these are really important because many studies have shown that if you have a skip, you can increase your subscription length by I don't know, but like 50, more than 50% uplift is there. So if you can get that functionality of a skip for the user. So the idea is that don't be sneaky, be transparent, because if someone is being charged for a subscription, they will definitely know. So don't have that mindset that we will bill them and then they can always cancel. The idea is to drop a email before their next subscription program, that your subscription is coming up, do you want to schedule, reschedule, skip, or like swap something, and ask them. And every brand does that, like every successful brand, because idea is not the first time people might cancel or might put a skip on this subscription, but they will last longer and they will be net positive for the brand. So the idea is to not be sneaky or like charge without telling them. The idea is to be transparent, help them, and help them to subscribe and save. So idea is to tell them that your subscription is coming, do you want us to cancel it, skip it, or you want to pause your subscription, or you want to swap your products, or you want to delay your delivery. Maybe they put up a frequency of 2 weeks, the product is still with them, or they haven't consumed that, so they might need to delay it by 1 week. So have that flexibility, and that's where the technical platform becomes a really important piece, that you need to have that functionality within your platform, so you can have that retention, like retention functionalities. Next is like onboarding. So onboarding is like a straightforward, like a welcome flow kind of a sequence. So once you have them onboarded, then the idea is to like value realization. So you uh, keep them informing about the what's including the membership, or like how they are saving and how much they are saving. Second is like before upcoming, and before is very important, like upcoming and before upcoming subscription, you need to tell them that your subscription is coming up. And once these two things are taken care, I think 80% subscription issues will retention issues will get solved. Even if you have that, you can always add some kind of rewards, that you have been with us for 3 months or 6 months, and you can look into your cohort data and try to find out where the you get the max drop, and you try to push the user back again at that time. So that can be done around that. Then there can be like loyalty points. You can give loyalty points with that purchase, which we have already discussed. And then there can be like month on month. So some brands, what they do is like subscriber save is 10%. So if you subscribe for 3 months, 2 months is 10%. For the third month, you will get 15%, and fourth month you will get a free order. Then fifth month you will get 10%, 6, 10, and then so it's basically keep them on the toes and like rewarding them for loyalty, and that's tend to keep the things interesting. But again, you need to have a good subscription manager or subscription program to handle these things. So because otherwise the experience can get tricky for the user. And some brands tend to stick for the like in their payment gateway, but I would say like go for a proper subscription management service or like subscription program app to handle these kind of scenarios. And these definitely make a difference in the retention, overall retention in subscription. Next is once you have this like so retention surprises and loyalty points, next is about the win back side of things. So if like people will cancel and people will eventually drop off your funnel, so the idea is like how you get them back. So the first mistake the most of the brands do is they tend to give them discount too early, because if someone has just canceled, so they might not be just it might not be just about the amount. So there are two things. One is uh, ask them for the feedback. So in the feedback the price will be a concern, but you can handle price separately. You can tell them that we source high in quality ingredients, we source it from multiple sources, and that's why our price is higher. Or they might have a different, like they want to pause it, they are not able to pause the subscription, or they might not no longer have the need. But the idea is to get the feedback first, and get the query, build that zero party data beforehand, and then push for discount. Otherwise what happens that you push for this feedback, you push for the discount too early, and the customer tend to, because subscription is a long term commitment. So if the concern is not solved, the main concern for which they have cancelled their subscription, you will not get that loyalty or like that consistency. So even if you get them on discount, they might cancel after 1 month or next month. So the idea is to solve that query or get that feedback in, and then go for that win back discount. So that's the second part around this, win back. And these are the two strategies. Third is like more you can reach out on other social media channels or any other channels or anything like that. But idea is to pitch them on this, pitch them on subscription, or pitch them on survey first, and then ask them about the pitch them a discount, higher discount. So next is so this is mostly what we have discussed is subscription, subscribe and save. This so it covers like 5 steps for subscribe and save, which is like how choosing the model, choosing like structuring your incentives. Third is your like how you enroll the users. Fourth is retention, and fifth is like win back. And once you have these 5 for subscribe and save is like 80% of the scenarios for most of the users. Subscribe and save is the main scenario, main use case. So we start over there, and then you can go into winback, other curated boxes and all. So we'll go into curated boxes, but because there is an overlap in the strategies, so we will skip through that. But idea is that curated boxes are structured differently. So curated boxes, typically like Birchbox or some other brands, they tend to have like a single curated box, but most of the brands tend to have like 3 curated boxes. And 3 we have also seen tend to work best for curated boxes. So curated boxes tend to have that 3 curated boxes. Sorry, so 3 curated boxes tend to have that the better results. And start with low cost variant, your bestseller, and this like a high cost variant. So it just people want choice before choosing the subscription. So idea is to have that like a 3 box variant. Then once that is sorted, then you can have that bundle discount. So bundle discount comes into the picture once you have that like they have gone for a curated boxes, like let's suppose a $20 curated boxes. Now what you can offer is like if they go for a 3 months duration, the cost, net cost will come down to 18. Or if they go for 6 months, then the net cost will come to like $15 or something. So the idea is to lower the cost if they are showing the higher commitment in the terms of this thing. And that's how the two components are there in the structuring. So in this also, the main part is the price point, I think, more than the what's included. So what's included is definitely there, and the ideation and the theme of the box is also always the main part, because the main selling point is not the price, it's about the curiosity and the excitement. But still have that price point flexibility. And because there, it's a more like a impulsive, it's not a want, it's more not a need, it's more like a desire or want. So people might not stick with their boxes. So that's why the curated boxes tend to have this very high churn rate, because people tend to try it for like 2 months, 3 months, and then they typically churn out. So the idea is to keep the price low. Typically the price tend to be low than the regular boxes. And but on the economic side, it makes sense for the brand, because they can buy in bulk, and then and they have a like a, there's a lot of benefit in doing the boxes. But uh, the main part is the storytelling, which is the main limiting factor in this. So and the we focus not on the storytelling part in this framework, we focused on the price part. But there is a like a lot of storytelling which goes into making curated boxes. Once you have that like an incentive structure sorry, in place, then we go into like enrollment plan. So enrollment plan goes on the website, like on website. So typically they don't have like a upsell or like on the product page, it's mainly start from a separate landing page. So they tend to have their own separate landing pages and all those things. So it's to start from there. And most of the brands start, because it needs to be personalized on scale. So it starts from like a personalized survey. So it starts from personalized surveys, and then you go into the sorry yeah so then you go into the landing pages. So landing page and personalized surveys are the main part. Once that is sorted, then you can go into like if someone has taken a survey for to tell them tell you their preferences, then we go into like personalized like a follow-up sequence and this thing. So it's more like a welcome, but it's more detailed, it's more curated, and it's more telling the user what to do, and like creating the need for that. So that's where the whole storytelling part comes into the picture. And once that is sorted, then because they tend to have their separate funnel and their separate checkout and everything for the subscription, so then there tend to be like a separate abandoned cart for that. And then again the same strategy for offers, that you put your offers accordingly on that, like you put your offers around this, like a 3 month subscription in 6 months, instead of like one time purchase. You try to push like 3 months or 6 months, and you try to give discounts around Black Friday, and this around 3 months, 6 months subscription boxes. So that's the strategy, to bundle it up. Next is in the retention, it's more or less the same. The onboarding needs to be very strong for the boxes, because it's a storytelling purpose. Then there is a needs to be upcoming alert, because people tend to have that like the same escape and this functionality over here. And then once the box has been delivered, so that's a different, because we are changing the product every month. Then so the after box delivery feedbacks is very important, because or you have some engagement, that hashtag or like share with this, or like in this number box we gave this, and you share, or like share on social media, or there is some activity depending on the box. But the idea is to, once you have that box, you use that like a post delivery engagement feature to get that feedback, so they stay along for longer, and also you are able to engage them into your private community sort of a way. So the idea is, in subscribe and save you don't need this, but in this you definitely need a post delivery feedback as well. And features remains the same, and the promotions remains the same, and the win back plans also remains the same. But the main difference is like after box delivery feedback. And similarly for membership, so membership is like the third type of subscription, where it's more about the paid membership and like a paid like access kind of a model. And in this the main focus is more on the membership discount, so everyone like joins for the discount. But then also like Amazon didn't provide it, like in the Prime when they launched, there was no discount. It was all about like priority support, priority delivery, like loyalty points also are not there. So it's mostly about like free shipping and priority support. But if you look at Costco and this, so it's always about the discount and this. And for most of the like pharmacy brands and like other brand, we have seen most of the brands are offering discount on their membership. So membership tend to go like, the main part is not about the experience, main part is not about the like new or anything exciting. It's more about like having a loyalty, and more like a loyalty program, but a paid loyalty program sort of a thing. So that's the purpose over here. And next is like in the terms of how we structure that. So typically membership is not sold on the monthly basis. So monthly basis membership tend to have a very diminishing results, because you are getting someone on the member and you are creating only like a 1 month member. So membership is mostly sold on like 3 months 6 months basis. Some brands like Amazon Prime and those sell it on monthly basis, but typically if you're launching it, I would recommend to give it a 3 months window. So at least you have some kind of a ROI on your marketing budget, and you are able to see the numbers. If you have that like a value proposition in the program, then idea is to go for like a monthly subscription. But the membership tend to have that like yearly 6 months or 3 months kind of a subscription plan. And you can, it's not about the money also, like membership is not about like you are charging like $10. There's a very famous story from Bezos, from Amazon. There's a very famous story from Amazon during that Prime launch in 2004, I guess, and where they were like, they did a lot of models, like mathematical models about like how to price that Prime, and they were not able to decide and this. And I think eventually in a meeting they just picked a number like 19 or 39. I think $19 was it, or $39, but they just picked a number. And the number didn't have anything to do with any kind of economic model or like a pricing structure or anything. It was just something which will user care about. It's not like a $1, and it's not something too costly, so people might be hesitant. It's just like a some kind of a easy subscription. And the idea is to get people hooked or like become loyal, so they don't get swayed away from like 5% or 10% kind of discount. So the idea is to get them loyal to the brand, get them hooked to the brand, and use that discount. So that's the like a 5%, where the membership cost comes into the picture. So it's not about the membership cost. So idea is to get them member, and because member tend to spend heavily because to get their membership cost also. And so first benefit is like they spend more to get their membership cost are like worth. Second is because they have membership, so they tend to don't look at the 5% 10% kind of discount. And eventually, because you are giving a discount, so the price will become little bit better for you, and you are not spending any additional money on Facebook or like Google to get them back into the store. So those kind of features or like advantages tend to have very high advantages for your members. So members, if you have the members, you can reduce on that Facebook and advertising cost. So that's where the membership benefit comes into the picture. So if you are spending like 10% or 20% of the cost on Facebook or like advertising, you can save that and like pass it on the members as a discount. And membership cost is just like a token. You don't need that money. It's just a commitment promise from the members. So that's the membership cost part. And try to sell it as a 6 months yearly or like a 3 months commitment. So that's the incentive structure for members. Once that is sorted, membership is on the enrollment side, it's not doesn't come early into the picture. It typically tend to come a little bit late. Once you have that like cart page or customer is on the checkout page, then you try to introduce the membership that we have a membership, so it's get added as an add-on. Some companies add it and then they try to like pass it as a discount, so that can also be like a given as a trial. And in this, because you're not delivering anything, because in curated boxes you are delivering something, in subscribe and save you are delivering something, in this you are not delivering anything, so it can be given as a trial, because there is no additional cost and discount. If someone becomes a member, it's a positive ROI for you. So membership is very good go-to strategy for a like if someone has a large catalog store, they can always roll out their membership program. uh, Rest is like replenishment, cross sell. In communication, I would say like VIP and audience follow up tend to have like high ratio for membership, because if you have that VIP audience, or if someone is buying product repeatedly from your store, for those users you can always go heavy on the membership, or even give them like a trial for 1 month on membership. And membership are mostly sold on like either on checkout or for loyal customers, like if someone is a repeat buyer. For the first time buyer, don't try to push that much, and try to give them regular discounts, but membership tend to come for repeat buyers or like a nudge on the checkout page. So that's around the membership side of things. Similarly, try to push it as a bundle promotion, and part of a like your Black Friday deals, at like any other offer you are running, like winter sale, summer sale. So keep the membership also in the mix, instead of a one time buyers purchase. Next is like a membership retention and win back. So membership retention is little bit easier, because uh, compared to subscribe and save and this, because membership tend to have that, if you have a catalog and you are giving it this good discount, then membership don't have that like escape feature, or like not have that swap feature, or don't have that like a delay feature, because membership is the onus is on the user. So onus is on the user to use the membership. So it's not limited by you, but skip and pause are definitely value addition in the membership. Second is like sending them like the incentives on of membership. So the idea is to like send them monthly campaigns that you are a member and these are the deals for the members what we are having right now, or those kind of offers to keep the members engaged on the platform. Second is again the alert. So alert is very important to keep the transparency in the picture, and be transparent with the ecosystem, with the customer, and tell them before billing them. So that's where the upcoming subscription alert comes into the picture. Once these two are sorted, I think membership tend to have higher retention rate than both skip and save and this thing. And it totally depends on the discount and the collection. So if you have both these sorted, the retention tend to be very high on the membership, but you have to nail this, and keep the subscription cost very low, like a membership cost very low. Next is in the win back, it's more about if someone cancels their membership, the be respectful, ask for feedback, and based on the feedback, try to solve their query, or like try to nurture them on their post feedback sequence. So if someone said about the price, give them some kind of a nurturing around the price. If someone said some other issues, nurture them around that. And then once that is sorted, then you can always pitch the discount. And because they will be getting regular emails, so they will also get your regular discounts into the picture. So that's around the membership retention part. So yeah, so that's it on the subscription framework. So these are the three subscription framework, and if we look at so it's mostly around this like a blueprint side of things. So the first, you need to determine your model. Then once you have that model, you need to incentivize like a structure, finalize the structure incentive program. Once you have that, you finalize the enrollment strategy, how you get them, and it's a mix of website automation, messaging, communication. Once you have that sorted, then it's more about the retention is more heavy on the tool, the swap, the escape, the delay, those kind of functionalities. Once you have that in place, then you can go to win back if someone lapses and this, and you can always segment those people. You can have that like a lapsed audience and all those things. And once that is sorted, the subscription tend to have a really performing asset on the brand. And as discussed, like benefits of subscription are like enormous. Like they are like loyalty enhancer, LTV enhancer, valuation enhancer. So definitely you give it a go. And if you want us to take care of your subscription programs, or you want have any queries, you can reach out to me, or check us out on retainup.co, and we can help you with the subscription program. So thank you for listening.